अगर 125 करोड़ देशवासी तय कर लें कि मैं कभी गंदगी नहीं करूंगा, तो दुनिया की कौन सी ताकत है जो हमारे शहर गांव को आकर के गंदा कर सके.
Launched in the capital on Gandhi Jayanti, that is 2nd October this year, Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself wielded a broom and cleaned a road. The campaign is touted as India's biggest ever cleanliness drive. 3 million government employees and students of schools and colleges participated in this event. The mission was started as a tree with each of the 9 personalities nominated by Narendra Modi to in turn nominate 9 other people, and so on. It has been carried forward since then, with famous people from all walks of life joining it. It's been a month since the campaign was launched, which targets covering the 4,041 statutory towns of India. Have we seen a drastic difference on our streets or in the capital? Political detractors call the campaign a mere eyewash and photo op. Sceptics say the mission is bound to fail as there is no planning to the task, only rhetoric. Where are the dustbins? What are the plans for the disposal and processing of the mountains of garbage? Where are the water connections for the existing toilets or 500 million toilets to be built? And when will sanitation systems be in place for almost a billion people defecating and bathing? And finally, will the new government be able to devise a sustainable development strategy and design methods where citizens and public agencies can engage directly? That is the question India Post Live is asking.
Ask you, Shehzad, the question. What are your first comments, opening comments about the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan? It's been a month.
See, first of all, even though I'm in an opposing party that is different from Mr. Sanjeev's party, I have welcomed the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan simply because it's a continuation of the program that has been started by the government of India years ago, whether you see the Nirmal Gram program or the other programs which were initiated to clean our cities at the local levels and at the state level. So the BJP is taking forward a UPA program once again, and I applaud them for that. But there is another reason why I applaud them even more heartily. Swachh Bharat was an idea of Mahatma Gandhi.
Right.
Now, for Godse's children, those who've learned, bred, and lived their life under the training of Mr. Godse, the RSS, who hated Mr. Mahatma Gandhi, for them to embrace Mahatma Gandhi's program is so heartening. So even if nothing comes of Swachh Bharat, because Hindustan Times did a fabulous story, even if nothing comes of it, Mr. Modi's message to RSS in this covert manner that leave Godse, leave the hate, and embrace Gandhi itself is a big step for us. So even if India does not become clean, like see, Mr. Modi launched a clean Sabarmati program in Gujarat as CM, and when you see it, the Gujarat High Court castigated Mr. Modi for making it the third most polluted river in the country. So even though nothing may happen of it, I still welcome Mr. Modi's transformation and cleanliness from Godse to Gandhi.
All right, so you are saying that nothing may happen out of it, though you welcome the initiative. All right.
Yes, because
yeah, I get
because
it.
9 celebrities have been tagged and nothing concrete is happening. It's just an elaborate PR event.
That is what
but
I wanted.
Still, I welcome it.
All right. Opening
it's an
comments.
elaborate
Of course,
PR event. Modi
no, we will elaborate. We will
Modi
elaborate on the skepticism. We will elaborate on the skepticism.
Sure.
But you've said that it's a great initiative launched on Gandhi Jayanti. All right, let me just leave it at that for the time being. Let me get Sanjeev ji now. Sanjeev ji, definitely a great initiative. And what Shehzad is saying, that you have again only carried forward policies that were already there. Your opening comments on the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan.
See, Shehzad Bhai is such a nice friend. He's a true gentleman. But I do not agree with everything which he says. I agree. Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, since he mentioned about Gandhiji, I would like to mention a few things which are now we are in 67th year of independence.
Yeah.
Just 30% of our rural households have got access to toilet facility.
Absolutely.
50% of our urban households do not have access to toilet facility. This, when Mahatma Gandhi said that sanitation is more important than independence. So people who profess to follow Mahatma Gandhi, this is their callousness that this country is bearing, and the whole idea of launching the Swachh Bharat mission is precisely to address these issues. So since he started with political rhetoric, I have to but force respond to him on the political side of it.
What I want to ask Sanjeev ji, in fact, Shehzad, I don't think you'll be complaining too much, is what is the plan? Sanjeev ji, the question I want to ask is, I have not yet, I mean, it was a great initiative and all of that. You know, we have seen articles in print where it has said that the road that Mr. Narendra Modi cleaned had been cleaned earlier, twice earlier, and it was just a photo op, it was just a rhetoric, it's just an eyewash. The point is, in 1 month, I should ideally see more dustbins on the road. I should ideally see a plan for waste disposal. I know toilets, sanitation, all those things are there. But the first thing, even if you target the urban areas first, you know, I would like to see more dustbins. And I can tell you, the area where I reside, I have not seen any extra dustbin on the streets. That is my question to you.
So Nilanjala ji, what I would like to mention here is when Modi ji or celebrity, or Sachin Tendulkar, or Hrithik Roshan, or Salman Khan, or even Shashi Tharoor for that matter, when they pick up the broom and try to sweep a road, it doesn't mean that they are going to do it every day. It is more a symbolic thing.
Absolutely.
It is more towards building an awareness.
Totally.
It is more towards building that responsibility, the sense of responsibility, that sense of commitment to keep our surroundings clean.
Now, let me put 3 questions to Sanjeev. In the last 5 months, except for getting celebrities to do photo ops like Anil Ambani, etc., have you done anything to provide better infrastructure, cleanliness, insurance, or any of these better working facilities, wages to the guys who are the rag pickers, who are the ones who are actually taking up things at the local level? No. Let me give you another example. You said that for the last 67 years, Congress hasn't done anything. Actually, Congress came up with a lot of policies at the national level, but the implementation of these things happens at the local levels, which are at the councillor levels. You know, Bombay, Indore, Bhopal, Delhi, all the places where the cities are dirty are actually local councillors which are ruled by BJP. So there you go. Why the reason why the cities are in terrible condition is because the BJP hasn't followed at the local level the policies of the Congress. Now, thirdly, let me ask Sanjeev that if they're serious about these programs, then why has socio-cultural organizations like RSS not taken part in it? Why has the local level infrastructure at municipal corporations like Indore, Bhopal, these are cities controlled and run by BJP governments at the local level. What have they done? Have they increased wages of the people? Have they provided better equipment to clean the cities? Have they done anything constructive and substantial except for coming on TV with a broom and cleaning areas which were already clean? Like there was actually a joke that defense ministry officials were cleaning the cleanest roads of Lucian's Delhi. I mean, that is a joke. That's a PR event, and it's a very badly managed PR event. In the last 10 years, let me tell you, the Rural Development Ministry ran programs. Vidya Balan was one of the
I was just going to say, Vidya was on radio. Yes.
So those ads were created by Jairam Ramesh, and those are still on right now. BJP is using them also. That's very good on their part. But those ads were done, and because of the constructive approach of the UPA government, that penetration of toilets increased tremendously, that it has increased previous year. And also, let me tell you that manual scavenging, which is, I must say, a curse to our society, was banned in 2012 by an act that was created by Act of Parliament and the UPA government. But despite that act of manual scavenging, in Ahmedabad city, there are manual scavengers still there. You can just Google the news reports. So Mr. Modi, again, who was the chief minister, failed to implement. So that's what we are saying. A lot of good work was done by the central government. Money was given, programs were run. The state governments and largely the local bodies like Gandhinagar to Bhopal to Indore failed to implement it. But today they're adopting Gandhiji's vision.
So are you saying that your government,
I welcome it.
Are you saying that your government failed to market what it's doing? Do you think Mr. Narendra Modi is doing
We
a
have
better
never.
job?
Congress has always been bad at marketing its achievements and its programs.
All right.
But we don't do things for marketing. We do things to change people's lives. This is the legacy of the Congress. 92, we opened up the economy. Today, people are reaping benefits. We don't care about marketing. We care about the people. BJP cares about PR, and we welcome it. Even if it's for PR, they are taking our agenda forward. That's good.
Shehzad Bhai
The Congress has agreed that it's bad at
lens.
marketing. Sanjeev ji, the Congress has agreed it has not marketed what it's done.
It's a welcome admission. They are going to agree to a lot more things. They are very poor at execution of ideas. They are very poor at owning up, personalities of earlier Congress. They don't do that. Look at what happened with Sardar Patel. A towering personality like Sardar Patel wasn't given his due by Congress party. And the moment we started, creating programs in his names, that is where they remember Sardar Patel. So, that has been the hallmark of Congress party. I have no qualms about that. I do not have, much complaints about it as well. It's the voters in this country, it's the citizen of this country who have the complaint. Citing another statistics, there are only 1 lakh toilets per 1 million functional schools in India for girls.
Yes.
That is the callousness which I was referring to. And they have been in power for 60 years. They want us to do things in 30 days, in 5 months, and they have not done even 1% of those things which they expect us to do in 5 months, in 6 decades of their rule.
I welcome Mr. Nityanand Jayaraman. He's a renowned environmentalist. Sir, welcome. My first question to you is, it's been a month since Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was launched. If you've been listening to the political rhetoric there, there was a lot of frenzied comments, a lot of, people saying that, okay, finally we are going to see a clean India. Government officers, you remember, were asked to come into office to clean up their offices and, start at that level. Do you think it is a sustainable campaign? Do you think this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is actually headed towards a cleaner India, sir?
Well, I think that as a campaign, it is always possible for campaigns to succeed, but I do not have much hopes for this particular campaign for a number of reasons. I don't think it is a sincere campaign.
Why?
And the reason why I say that is even while we're looking at this very aesthetic act of cleaning up your streets and cleaning up your buildings, you have a government that has not made a single comment over so many months of their being in power about the garbage, about the toxic waste in Bhopal.
Yes.
The Bhopal survivors are currently sitting on hunger strike without water in Jantar Mantar. So cleaning up Bhopal is not on the agenda, but cleaning up all of Bharat seems to be. The second reason is that this is the same government that is currently extremely rapidly undoing all environmental laws. This government has identified growth as its priority, and there are two things that they have singled out as impediments to growth. One is environmental protection, and the second is public participation. So in their mind, our environment and our democracy are the two single largest impediments to their agenda of growth, and these are being undone. So I think that on the whole, this is not likely to be anything beyond aesthetics posing as environmentalism, and it's not really an environmental or an environmental justice campaign.
Please, for heaven's sake, make a concrete plan, not just 9 celebrities, but actually what are you doing for the Valmiki Samaj, which is mainly involved in this cleaning up business? What are you doing for the rag pickers? What are you doing for improving the wages? What are you doing for giving them gloves? What are you doing them for all these things? You please make a plan on that as well. Just don't do things, very aesthetically and over the top and over the surface.
To say it by a couplet, इतनी सी बात हवाओं को बताए रखना, रोशनी होगी चिरागों को जलाए रखना. It's a very beautiful thing.
Wow.
This is what we are doing.
Okay.
We are working silently, and also we're required to create an awareness. We're required to create that awareness. We are using all forms of communication and publicity to get the point across. Shehzad bhai.
Shehzad, you have to really come up with a great rebuttal to those lovely lines.
I want to give, since he's quoted an Urdu couplet, which is strange for BJP to do, given their affinity for Urdu. Let me quote an Urdu couplet. कि ता उम्र तुम यही गलती करते रहे, धूल चेहरे पे थी और आईना तुम साफ करते रहे. So the problem is that BJP is living in denial. The Supreme Court is expressing its anger that they are changing environmental laws, and which is the crux of maintaining the ecological and environmental balance of our beautiful country. They are living in denial. They say it's NGOs who are doing this. It's when the media has actually supported them in this initiative, they're blaming the media that you all are not getting sensational news, therefore you all are making up all these stories. And thirdly, they're living in denial for the last 60 years, so much has happened. But forget all of that. I am only asking Sanjeev ji that do not make Swachh Bharat the same way that Modi's Clean Sabarmati program took place, because today Sabarmati, after cleaning it by Mr. Modi, became the third dirtiest river in the country. I don't want my country to become even more dirty. And just a part of Mr. Modi's elaborate PR event, please get into it, get your hands dirty.
All
The
right.
Congress, yes, the local authorities of the Congress party have helped you. That's why Bangalore is clean, Pune is clean, Delhi is clean. The
All right.
ones which are not clean are Indore, Bhopal, which are your responsibility. Do it.